Hello and good evening. Right, I'm just trying to get, here we are, just trying to get this up live to see what's going on. There we are live. Hello everybody, or all two of you. Welcome to Friday evening, a bit chilly, a bit damp, and it looks like rain. Well, I never. Hi Judith, lovely to see you. Right, I'm going to leave the note. I'm going to turn that off because my phone is dying. So when, congratulations. Oh, what a load of rubbish. I've been picked. Ugh. Let's just get rid of all of that. Okay, I've been picked to win an iPhone. Well, I never. Where that came from, I really don't know. Hello Yvonne, hello Maria. So I hope you're well. Hi Liz. On this chilly, damp evening, I hope you are all okay and the floods haven't affected you too badly. Hello Beverly. I know around here it has been pretty awful. Hi Sarah, hi Sandra. I haven't had to go out today, but I know a lot of people did. My daughter did, and basically the majority of routes to work were flooded, but she managed to get there. Hello Pat, hello Raina. Because she got a lot of elderly residents who needed looking after, so there was no way she was going to not turn up, but she did get there eventually. So all is well in the Milton Ernest Care Home. Hello Sue. But I know I've got friends locally who have been flooded, absolutely dreadful. Hello Joanne. So I hope you're not too badly affected by it all. It's just mostly inconvenience to many of us, but I know some it has affected badly. Oh, Sarah. Oh my goodness. You really don't need that. Well, I hope you don't get it too badly. I know Martin was quite bad, and I don't think it's very nice this time at all. Hello Susan, hello Carol. But hello Jennifer, I do believe it's a different variant that's going around and quite aggressive and quite contagious. So, but you just don't expect to pick it up in hospital, do you? Terrible. Never mind. Good wishes sent to you. Hello Christine. And Christine says hi to everyone. Hello Caroline. We absolutely do. Hello Karen. Yeah, it's just not nice at all. But as I say, when you're absolutely flooded, Sue's going for her COVID jab. So, oh goodness, I'm giving it a miss this time. Hello Jill, hello John. Oh, I'm glad you're getting over it, Sarah. Hello Alison. Yeah, I've got long sleeves on tonight. I look through my wardrobe and think, what shall I put on? What's loose, but makes me feel warm. Hello Kim. So I've had a lovely day, albeit rushed, but the last part of it, yes, I think it has, Sarah. That's what I keep hearing. Hello, Jill. The last part of the day, the computer wasn't uploading for me, and then I put, oh my goodness, just a load of rubbish. COVID and flu. Well, I've got my flu jab on the 11th of October. I've got one busy week in that week, but hello Heather, hello Jeeta, and hello Jane. I should be in my pyjamas, and if I weren't doing this, I would be in them already. Hello Rena, lovely to see you. So tonight, you've got yours next week, Sarah. I bet they'll ask me if I want the COVID one, but I didn't have the last one, and my mum's been poorly with the last 3. And I thought, I haven't got time to be poorly, you know. So, no, and last night, I'm sorry about postponing the haberdashery sale until next week. But the reason being, I just didn't have enough time to do a proper job. And, you know, just doing a sale. Oh, thank you, Jeeta. Hello, Janet. Oh, lovely, lovely takeaway. Well, I've got mine. Hello, Tony. Hello, Virginia. Hello, Kirsty. Last day of is it closing down then, Kirsty? It will be strange with so many people missing. Yeah. Yeah, I've lost my track there. I do this sort of thing. Hello, Linda. You've got your heating on. I haven't yet. 1st of October is my deadline. But I think we shall have the fire before then. So perhaps tomorrow evening, I might have the log burner going. Yeah, so today I had a lovely chat with Sue. And then my mum. Hello, Janet. Oh, little Robin. Oh, hello, Amanda. Lovely to see you all. Yes, this evening, for a change, I know there are a few people here who I know are not. Hello, Elaine, in the Sew with Trisha group, the group that is a subscription group at £5 a month. And as if you watch me on the Sew Totally Trisha page, you will notice that when there's a template to go with the design, hello Paula, and hello Carolyn, I always have the template for those people that are in the group. Hello Margot. But tonight I was thinking, hello Bev, I was thinking to myself, do you know what? I haven't given everybody a free template for a little while. Oh right, Gita, haven't noticed. Okay, I will watch out for her. Are you Jennifer? Yeah, no, the fire, I've got some logs, got some coal, so I'm fine with that. It's just I'm not turning the heating on. I mean, hello Bridget, Friday fish and chips and the heating on here tonight. Yeah, you should stay warm. I should just put an extra layer on, you know. Anyhow, so tonight on the website, the template is on there, only just. It is on there for free for everybody. It will be taken down on Sunday evening. So you've got plenty of time to have a look, download it, and one per person if possible. I have put 200 on there, so they should last. But if you download 2 or 3, and it happens, believe you me, it just means that somebody else is going to miss out. So 1 if you possibly can. Or did I say hello Sharon, lovely to see you, and Angela and Anne and Patricia. That's lovely. Yeah, so the PDF for tonight's, which I will show you, I'm going to tell you some other little bits as well, but it's this little double flap pouch. Now, if those of you that are in the Sew with Trisha group, previously we had a swap group as well. It is on pause at the moment, but it may come back at some point, but not quite yet. So we've done a double flap pouch before, but not this shape and in a different way of putting it together. So I tell you what fits in here if I've got one to hand. I did have one to hand. A little card I've got, oh perhaps I put it in my, so it will fit a bank card, it will fit a gift voucher, a gift card, or in fact it will fit 2. I made this a couple of weeks ago, so I hope I can remember how to do it. It is very easy, but hello Marion and hello Linda. Right, so we've got the first flap which went down there and a pocket, and then we have the second flap and another pocket. So yeah, it's similar. The other one was longer and had got longer flaps, and it's done in a completely different way. Hi Vanessa, hello Jack. You just put your hand off it. I should do that as well. Hello Pollyanne, you're faffing around, are you? I faff around quite a bit. So there's your double pocket pouch. The flap looks similar to the one we've done before, but all in all, it's put together differently. Had to finish some oh, did you? You finished some cutting, Patsy. What are you making? So, yeah, this one is super, super easy. At the minute, this is what I like bringing to you. Super easy, quick makes, because there's lots of Christmas craft fairs coming up, aren't there? And I think this is the best time of year. September, October, halfway through November. Yes, absolutely. won't cost you too much to make, and they're lovely little intros to what you have to offer. So it helps with getting people's attention with a low price, a quick make for you, and then they look at the better things you have, the more expensive, the more time involved projects, the lovely bags you do. And when you think you could slip one inside your bag as well, and you could more than likely add a little tab to hang that in your bag as well. Your keys would go in there, all sorts of things would go in there, but it is quite cute, very neat, and what's more, it's very easy. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, I just wanted to remind everybody, this isn't coming up to end. 3 fairs, yeah, there you go, Sue, there you go. So a lot of you have purchased the Christmas Advent box again this year. I still have a few left. The deadline is not until, so these will go out in the second week of November. So there's plenty of time. There's a whole of October to think about ordering one of these. So you don't have to pay everything up front. Oh, thank you, Gita. Hello, Janet. You've been busy, I know. So yes, there's a few of these left on the website. It's £10 to reserve yours. The box is £65 in total. It's going to have 25 gifts this year. Hello, Suzanne. There is Suzanne. I will talk about that in a moment. Hi, Sandra. So there are 25 this year, 24 little packets, and another one on the 25th. So you'll have something on Christmas morning as well. So on the website, if you just search for Christmas Advent Box, as I say, it's a £10 deposit, and the remaining £55, I will tell you how to pay that at a later point. So I think at the end of October, so you've got a whole month and a bit to be able to order this if you would like one. You would like that one, would you? Oh, you would like this one, Sharon? I don't think you would. Just a minute. Shall I show you what's in it? Would you like to see what is in? The box that comes to you will be bigger than this, I promise you. And this, I'll give you a little sneaky peek, shall I, of what's in it. Nothing. I'm not spoiling that surprise. So, but you will get, the vast majority will be, if you wait that long, yeah. Hi, Susan. The vast majority will be fabrics, and they will be Moda, Macawa, Stoff, John Loudon, all the really good makes. So you will get, I haven't added up the cost in there, but it is far more than £65. I know. How could I possibly show you what's going in there? Okay, so there is that. Then if you can see on the wall or on the curtains behind me, this is what we made in the Sew with Trisha group. You did head that, I know, I remember seeing your name. But they're on the website still for those of you that haven't and would like to. So behind me, let's see if I come a little bit closer. There we are. This is what we did in the Sew with Trisha group, the Strata Star centerpiece. It's in Christmas at the bottom, and then it's in blue to the right and pink. So I finished off the pink today just so that you could see exactly what it looks like. They are on the website also. Hi, Carol. It will be, Jane. I promise you it will be. They're on the website. They are £17, which is really not. It's a full kit with printed instructions. If you are in the group, you have Jack, and it's not blue. That's why I finished the pink one off, actually, because I thought Jack would like to see that fully made up. So yes, they're on the, if you are in the Sew with Trisha group, there is a discount code for a little bit of money off. So if you like that. Vanessa, I am thinking this weekend is the weekend when I set it up. At this moment in time, I have, apart from getting the what I'm going to show you next ready. I'm going to be doing it this weekend. So I might do the odd Facebook Live because I've got to set the frame up, and I'll show you what else I got to go with it. A lot of deliberating there, but I will show you. Yes. So fingers crossed it's going to be up and running over the weekend. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to show you, or I might show you two more things, but the last thing I'm going to show you, which there is a deadline, and the deadline will be this coming Thursday. We have a sew-along, the third sew-along, of which it's called Fabulous 5 Makes, and I'm just going to grab a sample of the Fabulous 5, and what we will be making, it's one base part for this. You were hanging your nose over one, were you? So if you see here, so I have, here, no, this one, let's do this one. This one is your boxy pouch, zips up the middle. This one is similar, but we have a nice triangular folded end. I know, I can't wait for it. It's not too far away now. That's number 2. Number 3 is a handled pouch, zip down the middle too. Number 4, where is my number 5? Number 4 is a beautiful little gift bag type, if you like, that's quite big. And number 5 is a pouch with a zip around the top, except the zip starts here, all fully lined. They've all got lovely lined fabrics as well. So those are the 5 shapes. The sew along, you can either have a kit, they're on the website if you search sew along, and you will get enough fabric to make all 5 of these. So we're doing this one. Oh Jeeta, yeah, I've cut loads. You can send me an email, Jeeta. There's no blue left, I'm afraid, though. That is the only thing. All the blue is gone. There are the other options. There is a fair bit of, but this one went completely. So the kits will contain everything you need to make all 5 of these projects. It will be on the 10th, Thursday, the 10th of October, in the evening at 6 o'clock. There's a special group that the sew along will be in. That's all right, Jeeta. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're not the first. But no, absolutely fine. So yeah, the 10th we will do, I will show you how to do the base, because all of these start in exactly the same way, but it depends what we do for the second part of it as to how they look. Can you believe that all 5 of those projects start off in the same way, and then depending on where we chop, where we fold, where we cut out, it gives us a different shape. Now, it will make 5 this size. If you like smaller, like this one, let me just show you as a comparison. This one is made in it's made in a slightly different way, but I'll show you both ways. But we start off with the same base way of making them, and you'll get all those designs, but you will be able to make 10. Now in the kit you will get 5 zips, so you would need to put another 5 zips, but you will get enough fabric to be able to make 10 in this size. I haven't brought all the others, but you'll do all the same designs, but you'll just have them smaller, and you'll get 10 of them. Evening, Patricia. So that is on the website. The full sew along, I'm weaving my magic. The full sew along will be on the 13th of the Sunday at 2 o'clock, and we'll probably be about 3 hours doing all 5 of them. But some are quicker than others, but I think you'll enjoy it, and it will give you the tutorials will be, the videos will be in that group forever. I would say the PDFs will be in there, but I've got to find a way. I did something silly and deleted something. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I deleted the files option because it made it look as though that was the right thing to do, and it's disappeared. So I need to speak to somebody who knows and can actually, so I can put the files in there. If I can't put the files in the group, then I shall email them to you so that you have the PDF for you to look at and make all of these different shaped bags at any point in time in the future. Okay, so I think I am done now. So that's what I just needed to remind you. So the deadline for the sew along is next Thursday evening, because I want to get all the kits out on the Friday. Yes, you're right, Vanessa, there is a member discount. So it's on the website, there's a member discount for the sew along too. So have a look in the group, Sew with Trisha, have a look for that code. But yes, thank you for reminding me there. So they got the sew along kits, there's 6, well there's only 5 options now. There's Christmas, there's navy Christmas. That's right, so it does. Christmas, navy Christmas, there's red, there's white floral like the one I showed you, and there is aubergine as well. So there's 5 options, or you can do the workshop only. So the workshop only is £10 unless you're in the group and there's a discount, and the sew along with a kit is 26. So you've got 5 projects with a video and PDF for £26, and everything there that you need to make them. Hello Barbara, I didn't have a nanny nap today. No, I did yesterday. I think I did the day before, but today I've managed to get all this way with no nana nap. Okay, I'm going to show you now how we are going to make this. Now, as I said earlier, I always, where there's a template, I always give it to my lovely Sew with Trisha subscription group members. But not to be mean to those that aren't in the group, I've decided today this PDF is on the website and it is free to everybody. Will you get an email? Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Leslie. It should be in the group, but if I can't get it into the group, I will have to email them to you. But I'm trying to. That is going. We've got 75 people who are now Joan North and Sharon Hart. If you're watching, you haven't requested to join the group yet, but we've got 75 members in there. And if you can imagine sitting down, quite boring, and emailing every single one of you, but if I can't get around it, that is what I'll have to do. But it should be, if I can work my way around it, to have it in the group like the other ones were. So let's get on to our project tonight, because I'm going to have my dinner awaiting me at 7:30. So the PDF for this is on the website. It is free until Sunday evening. It's just the template, and within the section where it is, it's in instruction packs and it's in bag patterns, so you'll know where to find it, or just search double flap pouch, because that's what it is. So and it's free to everybody. So we haven't had the kits. No, Sue, no. I wait. If you can imagine, if I had 2 or 3 people buying one each day, and I get all the fabric out to cut one, and then I get all the fabric out again the next day. So I wait until that point. I have cut lots of kits at the minute, so I'm ahead of the game, but I can cut the odd one, you know, this week as an extra, and it's not a problem at all. With the workshop only, you will have, because I won't have to send anything to you, that can be signed up by, let's say, Wednesday, yeah, next Wednesday, no, when are we? The week after. We're on Friday today. It is the 1st of October, 3rd, 4th, 5th, yeah. The Wednesday of the next week, so the 9th of October. Yeah, I have a moment very frequently, so. Okay, So the template looks something like, I have it here, and it's a full size, so you can see what I mean. It's a full size template. Looks like a bow, doesn't it? But that's your template. It's full size, and a little bit like the previous projects I've been doing. I'm doing it a slightly different way. Rather than cutting out, rather than cutting out fabric, lining and wadding, fusible fleece, G700 interfacing, all the same shape, I cut the interfacing to the shape, and then we put it together basically using the shape of the template as our outline for stitching. So let's see, I'll get the iron, make sure the iron is warm. So I have already cut my piece, okay, and I'm just going to dip it down, hopefully in the right place, to the ironing board there. And I've got my piece of fabric here. I've got two pieces actually. So I've got a lining piece and I've got my outer piece. What would I say? Directional fabric is, no it isn't actually. Because we've got the flaps, directional fabric will mean that the flap is upside down. So it's better to have a non-directional fabric. So having got my, let's take those bits off. This is fusible fleece I'm using, but you could use G700 if you wanted to. So here is my fusible side, and I'm going to pop that down onto my fabric, making sure I've got a little bit of excess fabric on each of those edges. So what I'm going to do, just pop that down there. I'm just going to grab myself a couple of pins just to hold it in place while I flip it over. So you do have to fuse it to the wrong side of your fabric. So I put the pins there. Now I'm using flower head pins because they don't melt, and also they're flat. So having pinned it in place, I can then flip my fabric over and iron my fabric. Don't ever think about ironing you're on the wadding side. I think you could possibly get away with it if you put one of those pressing mats on the top, or some parchment, something like that, so that it doesn't stick, but you're more likely to flatten it completely if you do. So all I'm doing here is running that over there. Actually, I needn't have done it for so long, but I can take my pins out now, and I'll put those pins just there, flip it back over, and just give that a lovely long press. The fusible fleece I've restocked on the website as well. That's just £5 a metre, and I use it for so much. Okay, so I've got there is my template fused to the back of my fabric. So we'll bring that over to the machine now. So there is my, I've just seen the card that I was going to put in there. Okay, so I have my fabric and I have my fusible fleece there. I'm now going to pop my lining fabric. It's one of those illustrations, white on white. And I'm going to put that right sides together with, there we are. So I'm putting that right sides together with my, let's just make sure that is, there we are, with my outer fabric. And now I'm going to stitch from this side because I'm going to stitch around the outside of, let's pop that in there. I'm going to stitch just on the edge of my wadding of my fusible fleece. So, I wish there wasn't such a glare, but I can't turn this light down. Now, what we're going to leave a gap. So I'm going to leave a gap. Where are we? Let's pop it here. So here are the flap pieces. I'm going to leave a gap in this bottom edge. So what I could do to make it more visible for you is to pop a pin in there and there. And that is where I'm going to leave a gap. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to use, I'm not on the pin, I'm going to use a small, there we are, a short length stitch, so I'm using a 2, and then I'm just stitching all the way around here. There we go. And then I'm going to pivot that round, and this means by doing it this way, I'm not actually having any interfacing or fusible fleece in my seams, so it makes it less bulky. That's it. I'm just going, this curve, I do need to go a little bit slower to go around, but I am just stitching right around the edge of my fusible fleece, and then there's a straight bit along here, so around here up to the next, there we go, and then we have got another curved line to go around here. Whoops, I'm not doing a very good job of, I should go a little bit slower really. That's it, so just go as slow as you need to go, keep moving the fabric, because we want to have as nice a curve as we can. So just keep moving that fabric around, straight down the other side there, until we get to the bottom of our fusible fleece. Now, it'd be quite alright, G700 is a woven interfacing, and it just gives the outer fabric more body, and gives a really good finish. So if you've got G700, really good. And when I've got to the end there, I'm just going to reverse just to hold that well. So there I have my, and you can't see that very well at all, but let's just have a look here. So now I'm going to trim around the edge of the fusible fleece, and I'm only going to leave just under a 1/4 inch, so an 1/8 to, well, about an 1/8 of an inch. And round the curves, rather than me having to clip into the curves, I am going to cut closer. So as I say, I've got probably about an 1/8 of an inch there. So I'm just going around here and then across here. So I'm cutting my pieces to shape afterwards. And here we've got the curve again. So nice and close to the edge, as in half your normal seam allowance of 1/4 of an inch. And just use a good pair of scissors, which we will have some nice scissors in the haberdashery sale next week, which I did intend to do this week, but next week I shall have some. And I'm coming up to where my gap is here. Where the gap is, just cut and leave a bigger, there we are. So my stitching goes to there. So leave a bigger seam allowance. It just makes it easier to tuck that edge in when you come to closing the gap. So you can see that lump up there. That's going to make it very much easier. So before we turn it to the right side, I'm going to clip off very carefully that corner point. I'm going to clip off, I can't see very well there, that corner point as well. And here, where we've got that straight edge, I'm going to clip into that point and into there without cutting my stitches. And that's going to give a nice finish as well. So I don't know if you can just see there, I've just clipped into those 2 points there. So now I'm going to turn it through the gap. So let's just push our fingers into there and push a little bit through. I've left a gap of probably 2 inches. So not an extremely small gap, but you don't want to make it too difficult to pull all your fabric through. So let's just, if you go into the corner and put your thumb into the corner or your forefinger and pull that through, then it's sort of you've partly pushed the seam allowance out. And all we need to do now, if I just grab I use a paintbrush at the minute, I'm going to pop that into here and just poke out that little corner there, and then just roll the, perhaps I should do it that way up, that's better. I'm going to roll the edge of the paintbrush all the way around the edges to push those seam allowances out. So you can probably see the paintbrush and round those curves as well. Push that curve out there. Be easier if I pulled it out first of all. So just run the edge of the paintbrush around those edges just to get that out really nice and smooth. There we go, and around there, and around there, and down the edge there. Now we do need to press it as well. So let's go back to the ironing board. As you know, pressing makes everything perfect. So I'm going to, oops, that's it that way. So I usually press on the lining fabric just in case you make a little mess. But because we've pushed it out, all those seam allowances, they are almost in the perfect position anyway. So make sure that's nice and smooth. You can roll that between your fingers and out to those edges there, into these corners and into this other corner here. And then just leave that little bit, because here, what you can do, because the wadding or interfacing is there, that will just push in up to the edge. So we can just push that in, and then the lining fabric, you can just pull that down so that it lines up on top and just gives a really nice smooth finish along that edge. I'm going to press that little bit first of all before I get this bit in here, because I want this to look as though it's one straight line and that you can't even see where we left a gap. So I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to, that little bit of thread there, let's get that out of the way. And then you can see that looks nice and straight. You won't be able to see where the gap began. So we'll go back to the machine and just put that on there. Now what I do want to do, where is my little bag? I bet that's right near the back. I do love my narrow foot, and I should have actually put that on right now. Oh, I don't want this to unthread, because it just, every now and again, that's better. Oh, let's pull that through. I just like my little narrow foot. Let's pop that in there and pop this next one back on. It just helps me to get a really nice edge around my when I stitch around the edge and I get my gap. There we are. So always where you've left your gap, that's where I start, just before, so that the gap is one of the first areas that's closed. So I am going to turn my stitch length up to about 2.5, so just standard, and I'm going to stitch. So I've closed my gap now, and I'm just going to stitch all the way around the edge. So this is probably the most difficult part you're going to do. So I'm just going around here a little bit slower around the curve so that we get a nice curve and keep that even stitching all the way around. So we'll come down to this point here, and then we go straight across here, like so, till we get to the next little curve, and we will go around here. I'm afraid I can't see if you're asking any questions or comments at the minute. Oh, there's Jan. Hello, Jan. Oh, Sue said me too. I don't know what that means. We'll have a look when I've nearly, because basically we have very nearly finished it. So it is just a case of cutting your template out. Okay, so I'm on the last little bit here, And I'm coming along to where I started. And we're back. So I have trimmed that off, and that looks all nice and neat on the back as well as the front. I'm going to turn it over to the other side. So all we need to do now is, and I meant to have a look, we're going to fold that one side over. So we're going to fold it so the edge, and we might need to just manipulate it a little bit, but fold that edge to there, and then fold the other one over, and that will join up to there. So I'll do that once again. Where the edge here, where that piece went down, if I do it the other way around, you'll be able to see a bit better. So where this goes down here, I'm going to fold that. Now this is the wrong way, but I'll fold it the other way. So you're folding one piece in and then the other piece over the top. So let's do it the right way around because we want the outer fabric on the outside. So I'm folding it up to that little bit where the curve starts there. And I'm keeping that edge down here lined up. And then I'm going to bring that one over too. That will also line up with this edge. And at this point, I would put a binding clip or two to hold those together. Okay. And then here, this is where your flaps come down. So one flap goes like that, and the other flap goes over the top. And then all we need to do is pop little cam snaps in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start here. So let's just make sure, can you see that edge there is right into that edge there? So when we stitch down here, it's going to hold those edges together. We're going to go along the bottom and I'll follow the stitch line I've already got and then up to the other side. So I will reverse at the top here because that's where it's going to get the most stress. And let's pop our, there we go. Let's see if I just bring that in a little bit further. So I'm starting just below the flap and just go a little bit slowly to start off with so that your machine takes, because there's a few layers there, and if you're using G700 it's probably easier using that. So I'm just going to pivot around there because it is that little bit thinner than fusible fleece, but you've only got, what would you have, 3 layers of it. Right, I can take that one off now. So I'm going through all those layers at the minute, and then I'm going to pivot again, and I'm just looking to see that my fabric under here is all lined up so that we're going through all layers at the same time to hold it together. So all the way up here, I'll get to where my flap begins and reverse 2 or 3 stitches, and there we go. And then we can clip those threads off the back and it still looks nice and neat. So there is, whoops, there's the back, there's the front. So as I say, I'm going to pull that one down, that flap down there, and then the other flap comes over there. So you always want the front pocket flap to come down first, because I now need to, where is my, here it is, here is my, so I'm going to get my seam ripper. Okay, so, and it's quite easy to see where you want to put your, let me see if I've got a pen there. I have got a pen there. So I'm just putting my seam ripper in there. I'll put a little mark, there we go, where that's going. And then if I press my seam ripper down and lift that up, I can then see to make another little mark as to where the other popper's going to go. So easy with your top piece. I put the seam ripper in and very carefully make a tiny hole, and then while I'm doing that I'm going to do the same with this one just here and press that through. There we go. And then I'm just going to put, shall I put, or I could put red ones on there. Let's put some red ones. Let's go dangerous so that you can actually see where these poppers are. So red. So I've gone fairly close to the edge. Red, whoops, I popped the red button on the top. I'm putting my outie on the bottom, and I'm going to use, I'm just using my prim pliers here in the bottom, just because they're easy to, and then I'm just grabbing, whoops, let's just see if I can, that's it, take that back a bit. I'm just grabbing my pliers together. So there is my first one centered, and then I've got the other one just here. So the pocket is quite nice to be able to get your hand into, to be able to pop the button inside. Let's see if that comes through. Oh yes, that's just. Perhaps I could have made that hole a little bit bigger. There we go. So I've got that little, can you see that little point coming through? And then I'm going to pop my innie on the top there. So I put my thumb on there. There we are, the thumb's on there. And put the cup part in. Just make sure that the button, oh no. Oh yes, the button is in place. Right, let's pop that. Now let's pop that on the top. And I keep my thumb on there just to hold it in place. And then I can put the button part, whoops, the cup part inside. That's it. And bring the other lever down so that we can squeeze that. And there is my second one done, or my first one. So the popper's in place there. And now I'm just going to pull that one down over the top. And I'm going to mark that one in place. So we're going to put that one just there. Perhaps do it a little bit further up. And I'll get my pen to mark the one underneath. So I put a little mark where that, where the seam ripper goes in. And then I'm just going to do the tiniest little, tiniest little hole there, so that I can first of all put my button in there. So as I say, these are closer to the edge than I usually do, but it's the way it works. So I've got my thumb and finger holding it, put the button into the cup, bring the plier lever down. Oh, there we are. That's sounded a bit of a crack there, but I know that's all right. And then this one needs to go between the pocket in here. And let's see, did I put my, I don't know if I did. Let's pop the seam ripper in there. So it's only through that top layer there, not right through. Give that a little cut so that I can then pop my button one, the one with the, well, the button. And let's see if I can find that. That's the hardest bit, I think, just to find the hole where the little nodule, the little pointy bit needs to come through. Whoops, and I think that's coming through there. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of extra. Let's just cut that just a tiny bit more, just so that I can get that through. That's it. Going through, that's better. I could feel that cut a little bit more. So push that over to where the hole is. There we are. That's come through now quite nicely. And then I want my innie part. That's an outie. So the innie goes on the top. Hold that together. Put the pliers in so that the button part goes into the cup part of my pliers, and pop that down and squeeze. That's flattened that, and then that one can go on the top there. And there we are done. There we are done. I was going to use black ones, but I just thought they stand out that little bit more being red. Just the front pocket. Lovely. Okay. Okay, Judith. there it is, just like that one, whoops, that one there. Just the front. Right, let's have a look what somebody asked. Okay, that's all right, just the front pocket. Yeah, so the first one that folds down. Oh, there's Dorothy. Hello, Dorothy. Oh, that's right, there's not too many questions there. Okay, so yeah, it's just something a little dinky, easy to make, as I say. So once you've folded it together, and stitched it, the first flap that comes down, if you pop your poppers on there first of all, and that goes through that flap and through that front pocket only. So once you've got that one in place, you can then, let's just pop that together. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Whoops, pop that in there. Then you can see this one needs to come down here, so pop this one in place. See where it needs to go. Just fold that down, pop a mark where it needs to go and pop that one in. And then in the mark, now that one goes behind. So it's in that second pocket in there, because this will close the second pocket. But yeah, if the second one went through both pockets, you won't get anything in the front pocket. No, did somebody ask that? Yeah. No, I suppose you could think, yeah. So what you can do is just open one pocket up at a time. If you know in the back pocket you've got something you want to separate from the other thing, there's your first one. And then there's the second one there. So you can see there's the two pockets, one in there. So this flap, oh, it's hard to show you. But there are, whoops, that way. There are two pockets you can see there. Okay. So, as I say, as easy as that. So, the PDF is free for everybody until Sunday evening, probably 10 o'clock Sunday evening. There's that one there. And what I forgot to say, but I will put it out there on Monday, it is the last day of September on Monday. So I will do a live. Maybe, I'll have to think, probably 5:30. It's only a quick one, but it will be the monthly fabric bundle giveaway for Sew with Trisha members. So everybody in the Sew with Trisha group is put into a hat or into a little tub, and one lucky person will win all the things that I put together for the giveaway this month. Could you put one on each flap, but the other part both in the front pocket? These months are flying by. Could you put one on each flap, but the other part both in the front pocket? Oh, Trisha's done it wrong. That was meant to go. Where was it meant to go? It was meant to go just, oh, I thought, what, yes. It should go. It shouldn't go the whole way through both pockets. It should just go in that front pocket. Jill, I didn't do any instructions, did I? It was a good job I didn't. So no, that is wrong. So the first one goes down there, but you do need, yes, it doesn't, I lie, it doesn't go through the second one as well. You have to open it up, and it just goes through the front pocket as well. So both go through just the front pocket. You're absolutely right. Did I do the same with this one or not? No. I did this one right. This was my prototype. I did that right. So, yes, these ones go on here, but the ones here go both on just through that front pocket. Otherwise, well, let's see. It just makes this, I'll leave this as it is, it makes this a bit narrower. but well, it's one of those days, isn't it? Okay, but yeah, so when you put the second part on here, it just goes through that front pocket. Otherwise, the front one here, you can still get something in there, but it won't get the card, the whole card. Okay. Right, thank you, Jill. There's me thinking, what are you talking about? And then when I think, yes, that's exactly what it is. So both through the front pocket only. So there we are. Okay, so I am going to, I do need food, Fiona. It's lasagna tonight, and it's it's one of those from Waitrose, because he went. That's the one. Anyhow, take care of yourselves. Have a lovely evening and an even better weekend. I may come on live over the weekend, depending on how the building of the Cutie Breeze frame goes. It is Friday. And so, yes, have a lovely weekend, everybody. I'll see you on Monday, as I say, probably about 5:30, so that I can do the fabric bundle giveaway. And then in the group next week, we've got Bag of the Month for October. My goodness, Bag of the Month again for October. So I need to get that made this weekend as well. So take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining me tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. My voice is going now because I talk too much. But take care of yourselves, and don't forget to like and share the video if you'd like to. But bye for now.